beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to go through some myths about waking up early or trying to wake up early because, oh my god, I've been trying to film like a morning routine video for a while now, and listen, it's not going well, and and I've tried all of these things. I guess I'll just start by saying my alarm is set for 5:45, so then that way if something happens, I'll still be on time for work. I really have to get up for work by 6:20 the latest, and let's just say it like hasn't been working. Okay, so I'm gonna go through some like myths about waking up early. And these are some of the things I found on Pinterest. I've actually also read a book. It's called The 5 a.m. Club. Let me actually show you guys that book and what it looks like. I got it from the library. And it's pretty good, but again, like a lot of stuff that's mentioned has not worked for me. Okay, this is what the book looks like. It's a self-help book, but it's like a storytelling self-help book, which I like because sometimes self-help books can be a little like too much information all at once. So let's dive in. How to wake up early even if you're a night owl. And I definitely am a night owl. So in an ideal world, I actually wrote down my ideal day. And you know what happens? It's so like I wake up at noon, I eat, I go for a walk, I sleep, I eat, I exercise, I sleep. On and off. I watch some TV and I go to sleep. And that's like my ideal day. I know a lot of people, they'll make their ideal days and they'll be like, yeah, I'm going to go to school, and yeah, I'm going to go to work, and yeah, and I'm going to go to the gym. And no, I mean, exercise is included in my ideal day, but it's not going to the gym. It's doing yoga or going for a walk, because Lord knows I'm not an athlete. So, I have tried so many of these waking up early hacks, and I'm going to tell you what's been working for me, and I still, I got to do it for like 66 days in order to like actually make it a habit, and then maybe I'll film a video. So, one of the number one things is, it says here, ease into it. Start by waking up 15 minutes earlier each day. Well, I don't really have that flexibility because I have to get up at 6:20 the latest. So, and that's the way it is. Set your intentions the night before. Yeah, okay, so that is like key, because if I am doing homework until like 11, 12 at night, it does take me an hour to like unwind from doing homework. Sometimes it takes even longer if I'm like really into it. And then it takes me like an hour, 2 hours, and like, yeah, if I stop doing my homework at 11 or 12, then I will go to bed at like 1 or 2 in the morning, and yeah, I'm not going to get up at 6:20. So that is true. Like, I do have to go to bed between like 9 and 10 if I want to wake up at 6. Does that always happen though? No. And that's what ends up happening like as a student. Like sometimes, ideally, yeah, I could go to bed. If I just worked, yes, I'd be able to go to bed at 9 o'clock, no problem. Or at least be in bed by 9. But because I go to school and I work, if I get out of work late, then I do my homework late. And then a lot of times, like, I'll end up staying up late. And that's the way it is, okay? I don't know what else to tell you. Do you want me, and then it comes down to, what's more important, going to bed at 9 or getting an assignment done? If the assignment isn't due that night, then that's a different story, but most of the time the assignments are due. I have assignments due Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes Wednesday, depending on the class. So, yeah, that in an ideal world, I should be able to set my intentions the night before, but I can't. Then it says prepare the night before. Yo, Yeah, set your clothes out. That is true. If you get dressed for work, like, and you have to wear business casual, definitely, I do agree to plan your outfit out the night before, so that way it's really easy to get dressed. I wear scrubs, so like I don't really need to do that anymore, but that is true. If I ever go back to wearing regular clothes, I am gonna do that because that's true. And then I said, set an earlier bedtime. I already told you about my struggle with that. Get quality sleep. This is really important. So, quality sleep. I do not get quality sleep. And I've actually talked to a dream analysis. It was a psychologist that specified in psychodynamic therapy, which is the Freudian analysis therapy. A lot of times it's often referred to as psychodynamic, and it falls into that category. So this individual, I actually did discuss my dreams. I didn't do like a sleep study, but I discussed common themes that I have in my dreams. A lot of times it takes place in high school. A lot of times it takes place like in high school, for example. I'd have a dream now about being in high school, and everybody in the dream is of high school age except for me. I'm like current age. I have a lot of dreams about water. I have a lot of dreams about being late. I have a lot of dreams about like time and about relationships and about health. And the theme in most of these dreams is anxiety. So anxiousness is a common theme that I experience just by my dreams alone. So I do not get quality sleep. So what I tend to do, and this does help, is the night before I do all the things. I spray the lavender oil. I do like a sleep meditation, and then I put an eye patch over my eyes. So, yeah, that all helps. You can also, another thing, this is difficult for me if I'm studying, like before bed, but a lot of times if you think of yourself, like when you're a younger self in a very enjoyable state. So for me, a lot of times after church, we would go to Chinatown, and that was like really enjoyable time. And I was maybe in like middle school. So, and then also another memory I have from when I was a kid is like me and my mother, we would go to the Macy's in the city, and we would shop. And that was another memory when I was like in middle school. So any like memory like that is also a good way. You don't have to do sleep meditation. Sleep meditation is easier for me because I don't have to think about like a time in the past, but some people enjoy thinking about it. Okay, optimizing your alarms. Yeah, this doesn't work for me. I've done it all. I put my alarm on the other side of the room. I did have Alarmy. And when I had Alarmy, I did math problems. I put my phone on the other side of the room. I did math problems, and I still went back to bed. I've also like done the whole, because that was another one on here, go downstairs and brush your teeth. I've done that, and I still ended up going to bed afterwards. I've gone downstairs, I've gone to the bathroom, I've taken showers, and I go back to bed. Yeah, none of that works. Getting dressed, I also, yeah, and that's another thing too, is I'll wear scrubs, or sometimes I'll wear like athleisure, go right back to bed after I get dressed, even with makeup on, even with my hair done. I don't really, my body's like really bad when it comes to this stuff. Yeah, so like, I guess the moral of the story here is that all of these things, like reading for 10 minutes, exercising, journaling, I fall asleep. Like, I saw one time somebody, they were like bed, and then they got dressed and whatever, and then they went downstairs and they read on the couch. I would fall asleep if I went down and read on the couch. So what has helped for me, so I told you like a little bit about my night routine, and I have to film that at some point. But what really helps, and this actually I read this with individuals with ADHD who take stimulants. Actually, I read that they recommend that when you take your stimulant, you should set the alarm for like 15-30 minutes before you actually have to get up. You take your stimulant, then you snooze, and then when you wake up, your stimulant is hitting you or it's about to hit you. And a lot of times, individuals with ADHD, they will crash after they have their stimulant before it actually kicks in. So hitting snooze does allow that like crash to happen, and then you wake up and you feel ready to go. So I do not take a stimulant. I've not been diagnosed with anything really except for irritable bowel syndrome. But I have B12 next to my bed, so I use that as like a placebo for a stimulant, and it does work similarly. You could probably do the same thing with like coffee and tea. I know like they have coffee naps or tea naps, but then it would have to be cold. So, and I don't like drinking cold beverages. But so that's something that really helped me, getting up early. Also too, I have my lights set on an alarm. So it's sort of similar to that alarm clock that like it illuminates, you know, as if it's the sun rising. I can't afford a $100 alarm clock. So I have my lights by my desk. They turn on, and sometimes it works like if my sleep mask falls off in the middle of the night, but sometimes like the light coming in doesn't work if I have my sleep mask on. But that's something like to keep in mind that I do also. So what works for me, B12, waking up like 30 minutes before I actually have to wake up, 5:40. And 5:45, 5:30 if I'm feeling particularly good. And then I take my B12, and then I take a little nap, and then I wake up. And sometimes I'm still a little groggy, but it's better than just getting up. And it kind of acts as a placebo. Like I said, I think that I'm taking a stimulant, even though I'm really not. I don't recommend that individuals take stimulants or caffeine pills because that can be very damaging to your cardiovascular system. Keep that in mind. Another thing that this is like the main takeaway that really helps me get up early, is that I have to go to work. You know, like there's no, like I have to get up at 6:20 at the latest because I have to go to work. Like, you know, so, and I think that that's really important. A lot of people will say like sign up for a workout class, you know, pay for something, make a reservation. And that is, I think the best way for me to get up. But let me tell you, it's such a struggle. It's like a huge struggle to get up in the morning. And my laundry is done, but I don't know. It's only getting worse. As it's supposed to get easier as you get older, but it's only getting worse. And it's bad. It is really bad. And the fact that I can like sleep for days, especially when I have my period, is really bad. But it's okay, I'm getting through it. So I do have to share my nighttime routine and my morning routine, of course, so I can actually show you what I do. It's not going to be perfect. It's more of my mood. If I'm not in the mood to film, then I don't do it. And clearly I'm not in the mood to film in the morning. But I just wanted to share that those are some of the things I do. Prepping the night before and making sure you do have a good quality night's sleep is key. Excuse me. I think it's bedtime already. All right. And then making sure you have somewhere to go and something to do. Nothing. I don't look forward to anything in the morning. Not even coffee. not even going to work. But maybe I'll get better. Maybe I'll figure it out. Maybe. Hopefully. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Talk to you guys later. Bye!